Live. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Another Way, brought to you by Promise Resource Network. We are the Disneyland of service providers, don't y'all think? We are the shit. We are having fun here. Today's class is called, well, it's about conflict resolution, but the class is actually called How to Get Almost Everything You Want Without Having to Go to Jail.
I like that book.
True. That's that. You know what? I need that because I have taken things before that have not been mine and have gone to jail. Don't tell my dad. Okay, so
Sorry, Dad.
So conflict, how not to go to jail for what you want. Anybody ever, and you don't have to talk, but anybody ever taken something or got into a situation with someone that there was conflict? Anybody? Hell yeah. Anybody come on the bus this morning? Anybody come here this morning?
I woke up this morning.
I woke up this morning. Me and myself had a problem.
My eyes open.
What's the definition of conflict?
Not being able to get any resolution. I was telling Sharon that doesn't have to be with someone else, it can be within yourself. Like,
Well, hold on. Give me the definition.
to be opposed and to be indifferent.
Yes. Opposed. That's the big word in it. I'm opposed. Opposed to something. I don't like something. I don't like something. Okay. When I think of conflict, I think I want something, and the person that I'm dealing with either doesn't want to give it to me or can't give it to me. I get pissed off and we bump heads. Does that make sense? You're not giving me what I need, so I'm going to bump heads. It's natural, isn't it? I don't know, but it's natural to me. You don't act right, I'm going to give you shit. Right? Does society show us that we have to fight to get what we want sometimes, doesn't it? Sometimes I really feel like I've got to fight someone to get what I need or what I want.
I got to struggle.
Do what?
Struggle.
Okay, struggle with.
And then I got conflict. I've got like basically three things I got to do. And I could share it, but one is I got to get my medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I got cancer. So I got one day I've got to go up here to the hospital and get all this stuff done.
Yeah.
And there is a conflict
Hold up.
There's some conflict there.
Mm-hmm.
I got to be able to eat today because if I don't, I'm going to pass out.
Where's the conflict? Who are you in conflict
It's
with?
not so much with, I think it's more with myself.
Okay, we're going to get to self. Yeah, hold on.
Well,
But I want to talk first about our conflict with other people. Because that's what screws me up. Okay, that's what jeopardizes my peace. Yes.
Society makes things a competition.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Society makes things a competition. Tell me about that.
You have to compete for what you're good at, and you can't be like both good at the same thing. It's like you got to be better than, or somebody's got to be the winner and somebody's got to be the loser.
There's always a fight in there.
Mhm.
And society does do that. If you're second place, you ain't good enough. That's that conflict. You're not good enough. You're not talented enough. I've got to fight my way to the top. I don't know if you've ever heard it, but when you climb the ladder, you step on people. When you slide down, then people are going to remember. Yes, sir.
Well, when you talked about, doing things to, get by and stuff like that, it's been 2 years since I've been locked up.
Mm-hmm.
And I got tired of going to jail. I got tired of messing up my money. And,
there you go.
At the same time, I got away with the tip bucket 3 times at Starbucks. And then the third, fourth time I got caught. And
your conflict is?
Yeah, conflict is I got tired of going to jail. And then every time I go to jail, I owe the jail money. And I end up broke because I have to pay them money. So,
and there lies the conflict, the other people.
Yep.
The system. Anybody in conflict with the system? The system? Yes, dear. Yes, dear.
The system sucks.
I've been in conflict with the system, but when it comes to conflict with other people, I know from my experience growing up, I was abused. I became the abuser, and I didn't know how to communicate in an effective manner. And also, I wanted what I wanted when I wanted it.
Yeah.
You know, this whole thing about wanting my way. So I just disregarded the other person and their feelings,
Yeah.
anything about them.
Pre-recovery was, I don't know, how can I put this? Was anybody an asshole?
Yeah.
Just me? I was the only one. But it's my needs that I want to
Still
get.
Mean as hell.
It's the needs that we want. I want to be able to get what I need, and I want what I want when I want it. I don't know. That's a thing that I carried with me a lot before recovery. I want what I want when I want it, and damn it, you're gonna give it to me.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I was just gonna say that kind of. I have problems with the buses sometimes. Not bad though. It's just that saving a seat for women and children.
Mhm.
So all I do nowadays is just go to the very back of the bus, and I don't have to worry about it.
No conflict.
Just
with
nobody
anybody.
saves their seats though.
Yeah. We when we do good things, sometimes we get in conflict. Yes, sir.
People, I feel like my conflict is with people where people just don't know how to mind their business
Oh.
at the right time. Like, hold
Oh,
on.
listen
I'm
up,
gonna
listen up.
elaborate what I'm talking about. Like, say for example, you see somebody right here getting robbed.
Uh-huh.
Somebody turn their head, keep walking.
Oh,
Don't want no problems,
Yeah.
right? But you see somebody right here trying to work or whatever the case might be, they want to judge.
Yeah.
I don't get that. You know what I mean? Like, it's like some people judge other people for what they go through.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't like that when people, especially when people's shit becomes my shit.
Yeah.
Right. And I gotta remember that ain't my business. Right? Because other people we can't control. What ain't my business? If I can step away, I reduce the opportunity for conflict.
Yeah. Right.
And other people want to mess us up.
Yeah.
There are some people, there are some people in our lives that, I don't know, some people from other places that don't want us to succeed. Yes, sir. Oh, I'm sorry.
And I appreciate because and for a very long time, mental health was not a conversation. It was a conflict of us people dealing with mental health and us being heard. And I appreciate people like Shireen. It was her not creating spaces and places that we can be heard. Sometimes you're not going to be heard. You have to create them. Sometimes you can't look for people in places where society was not created for us to be talking about these conversations. But look with her just stepping out and saying, you know what? I know I'm not the only one thinking this way. It's starting PRN and advocating. I think is better for me than anger. I would advocate for myself because if I'm an advocate for myself, then I can advocate for you.
You know what? It's all in how we say it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the terminology. Like I'm not angry. I'm passionate. About
Yeah, we can flip it, can't we? That's what's beautiful about anger and conflict. And keep your power. We're going to be talking about anger in the next few weeks. So get ready to be pissed off.
Yeah.
All right. But conflict, absolutely. It is when I'm not communicating. I'm going to keep it on me. Because we can't do shit about the other person. Right? We have no control. We can influence, but people are going to do what people are going to do.
Yeah.
Right? So it's all about me and what I do in a situation. Yes.
I was going to say that one of my issues, especially before recovery, was is that I would do anything for you. I'd give you the shirt off my back, but I expected you to treat me in a certain way. And if you didn't, then I had never communicated that to you. And then there was a huge conflict. Because you weren't doing what I expected for. So that passive aggressiveness was a huge part of my communication. It just I never addressed it. So now I have to be sure that I'm expressing to the other person how I'm feeling or what's going on, what I expect.
Yes.
And not to get to the point of harming myself.
Yeah. What is it? Expectation is
The root of all pain.
the root of all pain and the beginning of a resentment.
That's right.
Right? Expectations. If I have expectations on other people and I give them something like you said, let me give something back to me.
You ain't never
that's
gonna get it back.
because that's hold on. For the hearing impaired? Hold on, one at a time. One at a time. Yes.
I would get it back, but it would be in a way that you would never expect it. Like you would turn your back on me, and I would do something that you would have never expected to happen, and you might even not know it was me.
Yeah.
But I would get what I want.
That passive aggressive. Yeah.
You would pay for not treating
Yeah.
me that way. And
Yeah.
I mean, that was just the way it was. And I grew up in a home like that. Like that was what I was raised to see.
Yeah. Communication is the key. There are 4 kinds of communication patterns. There is aggressive. I'll whoop your ass. Right. There is passive. Whatever you want is fine. There is passive aggressive. Whatever you want is fine. And then I key your car. And there is assertive, which is what I want. Assertiveness. That's where I can speak my truth in a safe place. Shireen did create a safe place for us to be heard. And that's the key, being heard and allowing the other person to be heard too. Yes, sir.
I just have to say, if I have a problem, it's just me. I always have to go to somebody's boss. Yeah.
Kick it up a notch.
I know I shouldn't do that.
Well, no, that's good. Especially if I'm going for a service of some time, whether it's a mental health assistance service or whether it's a burger at Burger King, you're in a contract. You're saying that we have a communication. This is what I want. This is what you're able to do. Right? So that conflict. And if I can't kick it up a notch, if I'm not satisfied here, I can kick it up a notch. I call DSS, right? I call DSS, person I talk to, like, yeah, that's it. Charlie Brown's teacher. And I can't, nothing against DSS. It's a terrible, it's a really, really hard job over there. But say I don't get what I need from the first person, right? I can get pissed off and hang up, or I can ask for somebody that's got more power and more influence and more information.
Right.
They may not have the information I need. Right. So I want to kick it up a notch. I want to be able to talk to a supervisor, and that's just fine.
Right.
You're not telling on somebody. You're helping get your needs met, and you're helping someone be a better worker in the end. That's how I learn. Yeah.
I'm just saying, coming from like institutions,
yeah,
that's not good. Or like, when I had my ACT team, just talk to them. Don't hide anything. There's nothing to hide.
It is
my therapist or my doctor.
I want to be able to speak my truth.
Yeah.
And I want to be able to do it in a respectful way. Right? Because they got what you want. Remember, they got what you want. You ain't got what they want. Okay? So if you've got what I want, I've got this pure manipulation. If that's what the M and MSW is for, manipulation. Shit, I forgot what I was going to say. If you are dealing with somebody that has what you need, be kind, be respectful, be compassionate. This lady at DSS that I talked to may have been having a horrible day. If you knew what I needed on my worst day, my God, you've been more merciful to me. Ariel, good morning. She says, yeah, they can be something at times. I can agree. Courtney's in the house. All right, she sends hearts. Ariel says, yes, definitely. It's coming up with a resolution and that our needs are met. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's just about needs and communication.
I read something that said when you're having a disagreement, instead of being facing each other, be like side by side, so we're on the same team. We're both trying to come up to a solution together.
Yeah.
Trying to both come up with a solution. We both can be pleased with, but here we feel like we're at each other, like bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
Here we feel like you're not aggressive. Like we're having a conversation, like, I don't feel you have to even look them in the eye, like, I really appreciate you not picking me like that.
Yeah.
Just communicate that way, because sometimes these things that's forced, like, ooh, I wait for my time to talk. I can just hear you, listen to you, just like take it in.
That's it.
And sometimes for me, like writing things down for me, that's what during the pandemic, me and my mother, when we have conflicts, we would have to write each other notes.
Yeah.
Like because I can be more I would say things that I could be more thoughtful about my words when I'm writing them down. I would say things verbally that I
Yeah.
would never say
Yeah.
in print. I would say, I hate you, Mama. I would never say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'd be more thoughtful about what my words are. But it's and it helped me accountable to my words. To
Yeah.
read a whole book of our conversations. They're not even conflicts. They're conversations. Be like, oh, this is how I felt. This is how you feel. And you can read it whenever you feel like
That's
it. You have to
it.
read it when I want you to. Whenever you get the moment to you can digest it. Because maybe you can't digest it right now. Whenever you get time to read it, then we can communicate that way. It's been such a blessing to us to communicate
Yeah.
that way.
I have had the same experience lately, Porter, where I didn't know what I was afraid I was going to say too much. Go over it because y'all know me. You know, here's the line, here's me. But I wanted to make sure my feelings were heard and in a way that allowed the other person not to be offended, to look at it. My words were careful. My words coming out of my mouth sometimes aren't because my head works so fast. But when I write it down on paper, in text, whatever it is, I can better stay in focus.
Takes emotion out of me.
Yeah.
I'm not emotional about it. I'm just like, "Fred, this is what I need to say. This is what I need to get out. This is what I want to articulate." I'm
Yeah.
not very articulate when I'm angry.
Even when I go to the doctor, I want to jot things down, right? Because I don't remember
Of
everything.
course you do.
So if I'm in a conflict, I don't want to miss the real thing. Talking about all this petty stuff, I want to understand what's going on and possibly give a solution. Yes, sir.
We're human responsible personality.
Okay.
You know, you look at things in a positive way, to look at it in a negative way, because whatever you look at it, that's the way it's gonna come out.
You're right.
You have choices. Right? If you make the wrong choice, you pay the penalty.
Yeah.
You make the right choice, you get over the penalty. You have a choice.
Yeah. I got to remember that grown people make grown decisions and get grown consequences.
Right?
Oh no.
Yeah, I know that sucks, right?
You know, I had all my friends, Miss,
It doesn't matter. Share it.
I had all my friends, you know, the guys I went to school with.
Yeah.
Football and everything. All them guys, every one of them guys did.
Yeah.
And I look at it sometimes. I said, my God, still got you here. And I appreciate that. So I looked at it and I said, you know what? I love what God had did for me.
Yeah.
So I've been through something.
Yeah.
And I ain't been perfect. I did some crazy, ignorant things, you know what I'm saying? But now I try to do the best I can.
That's it.
As I say, respect other people.
That's the key. That's the key. Do my part. Look at it in a different way. Flip it and look for the solution. I want to be in a positive space of mind, even if I'm not getting what I need. Because eventually, if I keep trying, either that person will give it to me or I'll find somebody else. Right? Right? Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to piggyback off of what you said.
Yeah.
Is sometimes when you come to somebody, the communication of everything that is good about, the company or the person, and and then you can kind of be more passive aggressive. Like, we're also the salt.
Yeah.
So when you think about it, salt has flavor. So even if it's a food that you really don't even like that much, salt is better. It helps you digest it better. So sometimes people will take in, if you're very kind to them and very nice, and get on their good side.
Yeah.
Buttering them up.
Yeah.
And then be assertive and just, state your case clearly. And then if you have to, be kind of, a little salty if you have to. And that way, they'll kind of understand. But if you just come complaining, then a lot of people will hear complaining all day long.
Yeah.
But like Sharon said,
Be the one. Be the one who's kind to that person. Their day. Anybody ever had a really shitty day where it seems like everybody that talked to me was an asshole? Right. Sometimes I'm leading that parade though, so I don't want to do that. But I appreciate that. If I am kind and compassionate to the person, it makes all the difference in the world. Also, you said, if I state what I need, the person is more able to help me. You know, if I go in there and then my foot hurts and, you know, my dog ran away and, you know, I got sciatica. It sounds like me when I get with my friends. I'm at that age now. But when we start out with the complaining and the negativity, it's going to shift how I interact with that person, right? Let me, yes.
I wanted to share something that's helpful, a tool that's helpful for me and some of the people that I have in my circle that help to give me friendly reminders when I am feeling overwhelmed or angry or something like that. Before I'd go to have a conversation, she reminded me to breathe. I have this app on my phone that's called Mind Llama, and it gives you a reminder morning or evening to just simply breathe, because when we don't have oxygen going to our brain that's affected by our emotions, we don't think as clearly. So when I do deep breathe, then I'm better able to navigate the situation and communicate in an effective and assertive manner.
Yes. I love that, getting oxygen to my brain.
Yes.
It makes a difference when we breathe in. You know, I got it written down, inhale, exhale, repeat. So I don't forget. But yeah, that does help. It's those little things that work for me that I need to do. And I love what you said about the pause. If I know if I am dealing with this person all the time, trying to get what I need, it could be anybody, could be a family member, could be a social worker, it could be a guy on the bus, right? I want to be able to communicate in a way that's effective. I want to be able to say what I need without causing a conflict. Right. I just don't want to do that today. I'm tired. You know, I don't want to get into shit with anybody. Too old. Yes, sir.
Too old. I think people come into recovery and get as shit as hell. And I don't mean no harm.
No, you're good.
But that be just as shit as hell. But people don't realize you got to change your attitude and your behavior. That's what keeps you clean.
Yes.
That's what keeps you clean. You have choices there.
Yes.
You get make the right choice, and then when you make the right choice, you'll do the right thing.
Yes.
Just as simple.
If I make the right choice, I'll do the right thing and I'll try to repeat it.
Right.
If I figure out what works with a person, I worked with a lady, she was in medical records. This is awful. People would come in and they're like, and hand them the paper to be filed. And she'd go, well, thank you very much, and put it in the trash. But you know what I did? I call her name because she's passed away. Miss Minnie would get a diet Pepsi and a honey bun every now and again. And not every time, just every now and again, I'm going to say, I appreciate you. Right? So the next time, if I've got to interact with you and I know it could be difficult, I'm going to know what to do. How? Not butter up, be kind. Yeah, butter up.
And perhaps ask them, how is your day going?
Yes.
When you establish that personal level with
Yes.
a person, hey, and get them to open up a little bit about what they're going through, then they're going to feel more connected to you and more ready to go.
Because they're being heard. I want you to think about the lady at the store or the gentleman at the store. Beep, 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 all the time. Most people don't even look at people who do service, do they? I like to, and I try to do it often, is look someone in the eye who is doing something for me. I go to McDonald's, they're doing something for me, and thank them. Because I doubt they get that a lot. Now I remember one day I was in line at McDonald's and I waited 2 minutes to get my burger.
How dare you?
2 minutes. I was sitting there going,
excuse you. Fast food, huh?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But if I'm kind and understand, that guy's got 20 people behind me and they're trying their best. What do you want? Do you have the app? I do not have the app. I don't know what the app is, but I got some suggestions. Listen carefully to the other person, right? They've got what you need, maybe. So I want to listen to see if they've got the thing. And if they don't, I need to go to somebody else. So listen carefully when somebody talks. They may have the solution for you. You just got to figure it out and listen, right? Yeah.
And also the other thing that I was gonna suggest, because a lot of people in this room actually go to brick and mortar places in person. So if it's somebody that, you know, we get on that bus every day, or we go to that store every day, maybe even get their name. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're able to do that these days. Everything is done online and it's very personal.
Yeah.
If we're actually face to face with somebody that we see on a regular basis, you know, get their name. And then they feel, you're like Sharon said, it's more, or like Porter said, it's more congruent. It's more win-win.
Yeah, win-win. And it's kind. And you're right. If I go to the same place, if I go to the same place a lot, it's kind to me to learn somebody's name, somebody that's helping me out. You know, that's just, I want people to know my name when I'm helping them out. It just makes me feel important, doesn't it, Porter?
Do you think that if you're more mindful with your breathing, you'll be more mindful with your words? If you take the time to it gives you time to think about what you're gonna do. Now I'm not reacting. I'm not responding. It gives you time this is self-care for me. I deserve a minute to breathe and now respond.
It's important enough for me to take a step back.
Most people aren't mindful with their breathing. That's why most people aren't.
Yeah.
They're just reacting all around. That's too. It's too hard to react to everything around you. I breathe like, is this my battle? Because sometimes I fighting battles are uneven for me. Like this, if I believe in God, give it to God. And sometimes time fixes all problems.
Yes.
And sometimes I'll look at this problem today, and I'll go back to 2 days, and I'm like, I was mad about that problem. Give it 24 hours and see if you still care about it.
Yeah.
I don't even care about it. 24 hours.
That's it. If I wait long enough, it may not be an issue.
And why would you be mean to somebody who's about to fix your food? You know,
see, you know they're gonna spit in your food.
I know. I said no salt.
No.
But you don't know what they're gonna do. That's in the conversation. You don't know what when you get some. I said you receive what you perceive. Like he said, if you receive today, oh, it's gonna be a bad day. You're gonna find everything negative around you. But if you wake up like, I'm grateful to wake up. I'm grateful. It's grateful to be up and wake up. If you wake up with gratitude, just so you can be grateful for the rest of the day.
We can shift how we interact with other people, right? That's it. What about conflict within ourselves? We're gonna get that conflict within ourselves. You started that.
This is sort of that. I'm going through a lot. A lot of people don't realize it, even though I wear it on my face at times. But like, for instance, in church, I haven't been to church in like 5-6 weeks. There's been a lot going on. Some of it real heavy. I just got out of the hospital on Saturday morning. But when I went to church, I really miss it. I feel strongly about my faith. I do have cancer. I'm going to kick the bucket sometime soon. But, you know, I'm going to keep fighting.
There you go.
Give me my boxing gloves. Hell yeah, I'm going to keep fighting. But the beauty of, and even here, some of you come up and say, Dwayne, where have you been? Dwayne at church, hey, we missed you. And there's things they say that are very genuine.
Yeah.
But the whole issue of my name, Dwayne, we've missed you. Come back, we miss you, and talk. That makes me so happy.
Yeah.
And it's all that conflict. Whew.
That's it. When if somebody interacts with me that way, I'm more likely to be helpful.
Right now.
I'm more likely to be helpful. I'm more likely to be helpful when I give that love. Let me say, if I make your job easy, my job's easy. If I know where to get this information when I talk to somebody, boy, that's the shit. We'll line you right up. If I've done my homework, right, there's less time for conflict. If I come in compassionate and kind, there's less opportunity for that conflict.
And read nonverbal cues. Like if I go to someone at the register and I say, I can tell you're stressed out.
Yeah.
I can say, I see you're having a hard time. You know what? Now you can tell people stressed, or you can tell people, or you can read nonverbal.
Yeah.
People always show it on their face. So sometimes you're like, maybe I should. You know how to approach somebody.
Yes.
Yeah. Just have a conversation in private. You know how to
Quiet and private.
You can control it if you just read the social, the cues. Set the rules,
That's
set
it.
the
That's
tone.
it. This lady hit me in the back of my car one time. She was in a car too. She didn't just run up and hit me. So she hit me in the back, and I got out. It was the middle of the road, and I got out and I checked, and my car wasn't hurt at all, and her car wasn't hurt at all, but she was crying.
Ain't got no insurance.
I gotta go get my kids. I'm like, go get your kids. You want me to go get your kids? But she was so upset, and I took a moment. I was like, honey, it's okay. No damage, no problem. So we can help people. Instead of jumping on somebody, I can't believe you hit my car. You know, it's a brand new car, wasn't it? But it's a brand new car. So, yeah.
But she might have thought that you might have tried to get some insurance money.
Yeah. I could be dirty.
But that's why you say,
And that's if my car was hurt, that would be the thing to do. But if it wasn't, I'm just being an asshole and feeding her fear.
How many times are we honest?
Yeah. That has a big part with communication, isn't it? Honesty.
I feel like, as you're young, you're taught, like, for instance, I wasn't, I used to steal clothes and stuff like that to get name brands, sneakers, because I was raised with my auntie, and she would get me the bare minimum. I wouldn't say, bare minimum. But as we get older, we have to train ourselves. I go to church, so you can say with the help of God, but we got to train ourselves to get out of our bad habits, stealing, lying.
Yeah.
Because some people they're just compulsive liars because they've been doing it all their lives.
Yeah.
And they don't even and sometimes they're tricking themselves more than, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can tell when someone's lying, but in their mind it's like, no, this is what really happened. And you're like, no, come on, you know what I'm saying? So if you don't see that within yourself and you don't change that,
Yeah.
you're not changing for the best. So it's a lot of things like
Truth is very important. And I model that, don't I? I show people how to do that, whether I know it or not. See, we're groaning in recovery. People watch us. I always say that. People are watching us. How are we doing? Right? What am I doing to get through this conflict? And that shows people another way. Shows people to be honest. Shows people to be connected. Shows people that it's okay to be them right now. And I'm compassionate. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna say this not to offend nobody. Don't get it wrong. No, for real, don't get it wrong. Galatians 16 chapter says, brethren, if a man be overtaken of fault, he with your spirit restore the spirit and the spirit of meekness, that thou also be tempted. If any man think he's something when he's nothing, he deceives himself. Be not deceived, God is not mocked. What a man soweth, that's what he also shall. Come on. They don't get no deeper than that.
That's the thing. There's something that I go to that helps me be the kind of person I was intended to be. The person that I want to be. Right? Yes.
First of all, you got one behind you.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, sweet. I found that it's really helpful to like practice how you're going to confront somebody when you have a conflict. Like, you have to practice saying it, write it down, repeat it.
Yes.
And then the longer you wait to face the conflict, the worse it becomes.
Oh, wow.
Which I'm really good at doing.
Yeah.
It goes up in your head, and then it sometimes will make them.
That's it. If I don't it's just like everything else. If I don't get rid of it, it's going to pile up with anger.
So
Can't do that.
So have you ever wrote down the conversation that you were gonna have and still got angry and still feel bad?
Well, see, that's.
Still went wrong?
But you know what? I tried my best. I put forth the effort.
I was just asking.
Yeah.
It go like that sometimes.
It does.
Yeah.
We don't get what we need sometimes, and sometimes we get angry because of that. And that's a true thing. If I really, really, really need this, and you're being an asshole about it, yeah, I'm doing all my part. I practiced. I did this. And the judge still says 10 years.
Oh, Jesus.
I can't do 10 minutes. You know me, ADD. Yes, dear.
She said that she used to drive the school bus, and she said that there was a bunch of bullies at the bus stop. And there was this one little man, and he was smaller than everybody. But he would always say, "Hey, give the kids some respect." You know.
There you
So it's
go.
like even whenever if we feel we're not being heard, we
Yeah.
feel lighten the situation and be like, "Hey, give the kids some respect."
Yeah. That's what I try to do in conflict. Make it a little lighter, like you said. Let's tell a joke. I need to breathe before this. My mama said I had a good heart. It just wasn't pumping any oxygen in my brain. So, it's about breathing. It's about doing the right thing. It's about allowing this to be a light moment instead of a bad moment. I got that choice. Every hour of every day. How am I going to go to this? How am I going to
My mother
communicate?
said also the only difference between a grave and a garden is what you put in it.
Ooh.
And that's also with a conversation. It is, but I can put something that's going to grow or something that's going to die. I want this conversation to grow and not to die. I want it to flourish like a rose. I'm not going to do that anymore. I put in things in my life that either grow or die. I want me to grow.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to
I
die.
like
'cause
that.
Those habits don't benefit me or you.
Oh, Porter, you are on fire today. You'd rather, it depends.
Every coffee is something special.
We'd rather plant flowers than plant people.
Yeah, like grow relationships.
Yeah, grow. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, but Mama says she said, and then also the conflict
Hold
between generations, like my mother's generation and our generation, like there's a lot we can benefit from one another.
Yeah.
Even though there's a lot of age in between us, there's a lot of things that my mother knows that she don't think. Like you can still learn from somebody who's younger than you. Like wisdom has no age.
Oh yeah.
Because some experiences I've gone through, she hasn't gone through. She doesn't know anything about this mental health area.
Yeah.
So I can introduce her. We can all be informative. Hey, let's make this garden grow.
Yeah.
What
I feed grows.
In the grave, it has no benefit to us. But in the garden, it can grow and multiply, and it can benefit you, and you can benefit somebody else. And
That's it. I want to grow it. I want to grow that compassion. I want to grow the things that help me communicate. So I can flourish. I like that, Porter. Thank you. What I feed grows. And if I feed that anger and conflict, I'm going to get it back. What happens when we get really loud? Nobody hears us.
My head hurts.
Nobody hears us. You ever get in a conversation, somebody gets all loud in your face, and you're like, eggs, butter.
I want my baby back. Mama got the say.
What were you saying, hon? But we shut down. I shut down when somebody comes at you. Your blood pressure goes up. Your face turns red. Sometimes that's it. Yeah, I got to be compassionate. Well, that here. Yeah. I want to be kind because I don't know what the other person has been through, whether that's a long time ago or this morning. Yeah.
I was going to say a couple of things. One is that when I was that person who did lie and cheat and steal, I didn't feel very good about myself. So if we were in a conflict, my automatic reaction was to react.
Mm-hmm.
But when I am in a place where I'm doing the right things, I'm taking care of my recovery, I'm trying to do the right things or whatever, then when something happens, I can pause and allow the other person to give me the information. Cedric uses this all the time: rich, respect, information, connection, hope.
Yeah.
That all goes together. And so that allows me to be able to do that when I'm doing the right things in general. And it also, like when I get loud and get aggravated about something, I'm immediately going to cry.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a place I want to get to
Yeah.
at all. So if I can pause and let the other person give me that information that they have, then we're able to come up with a solution together.
Yeah.
And I was going to comment on Porter's thing where somebody told me once if they're not making deposits in your spiritual bank account, they're making withdrawals. And so that was so it's sort of the same that if somebody's making withdrawals, they're not giving you what you need.
Yeah.
And you might have to go to somebody who's going to be making this deposit.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And one last thing I was going to say, that my name is extremely important to me. Like, if you call me by my name or you remember my name, for some reason that means a lot. Maybe it's being the youngest of 6 kids. I don't know.
Yeah.
For years I got called 3 other names. before
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
called my name. And like my biggest pet peeve is to be called Sharon. Sorry.
No.
But it means a lot to me when somebody, when I was working at the coffee shop in early recovery and somebody would come in and say my name, they acknowledged me there. All the things that I had done and all the terrible things I thought about myself would go away when somebody called my name.
Those things dissipate.
Right.
That anger can get less and less and less.
And
Go ahead.
it allowed me to love myself.
Yeah. Say my name.
That's right.
Yeah.
Say my name. Say. Be compassionate. Right? Do those things that can help the other person feel comfortable. Right?
What does the R stand for?
Respect, information, connection, and hope. Respect,
That's it.
information, communication, hope.
There you go.
You said
Real
an example-
important.
We're an example now. We have to be held
That's
to a
it.
higher standard. God dang it! Wow.
I know people are watching us. How do I interact today with other people? Am I getting what I want? First, I hung out with those people that had what I wanted. If you had a relationship, a friendship, I didn't know how to do that, so I went to somebody that did. Right? I want to learn from other people, like Porter said, like you said. I want to be in the best space. It says in some of the literature I read that if I am spiritually fit, whatever that looks like, I can go anywhere. And I understand that if I am not spiritually fit, if I'm in one of those spaces, it's okay to be there. I don't want to take away from it. But if I'm one of those spaces, yeah, it was gone. Yes, sir.
I heard a great saying that say when the student is ready, the teacher will appear.
Yes.
And when the student is ready, the teacher will disappear, meaning
Ooh.
you've been taught what you need to learn.
Yeah.
And it's up to you to make the decision that will make you wise or unwise.
Yeah.
And that's when you gain all the knowledge and the information is how you use it. Now
Yeah.
you know the difference between right and wrong. What decision will you make consciously?
I grew a conscience. Screwed me up. Took away all my behavior that I really enjoy. But it gave me what I needed and what I really wanted. I didn't know what I wanted, right? And I love what you said about the teacher will. You remember Kung Fu? Snatched a pebble from my hand. Y'all too young. And when the grasshopper snatched the pebble from my hand, and when he would get it, he was done with his training. His master understood. You take and understand that I'm ready. Right? Yeah. Yes. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. Oh, bless you. Yes, sir.
Well, I had a challenge this weekend. I had a babysit. And that's something that I get burnt out with and stressed out with sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And because I never could have kids.
Yeah.
And that was a trigger that I didn't like to deal with because of my own emotions. So what I did, I babysitted this weekend, and I was babysitting a special needs child, and it was like an autistic child.
How's your conflict? What's a conflict in that?
Well, it kind of like made me think of me.
Okay, I got that. I want to put me first in a situation. I need to put me first, and that other person, compassion and love and all that, respect. But I need to put me first, right? I want to get what I need, but I also want to be the person that I was intended to be, right?
I want to say happy belated Mother's Day to all y'all.
Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. All right, before you stand up and go, like all y'all gonna do. Oh, you all good. Let's shut it down. I want to thank my crew in here. You guys were awesome as usual. I want to thank Ariel and Courtney and Carrie, everybody that's been out there. Hold up. I appreciate y'all. You don't know. All right. Keep peace, share love, go out there and have a good day.